Okay, here's number 20. We did do this one in class, but I thought I would repost for those that may not have followed or were absent, or you were the class that didn't meet Thursday. So we need to solve this equation for t. There's a lot of variables going on in this one, including a fraction. So I'm going to eliminate the fact that there's a fraction and take this denominator of c minus b times the quantity of 1 minus 2t, multiply it to both sides. That'll end up getting rid of the fraction aspect on the left-hand side and leave us with a single line to work with. So again, what we're going to do is multiply both sides by this c minus b times the quantity of 1 minus 2t, again, to both of them. And what we end up with on the left-hand side is just the at minus the b. And on the right-hand side, that 3 that was already there gets multiplied by that entire quantity, so use brackets, of c minus b times 1 minus 2t quantity altogether. So this looks a lot like number 11 that was also in this section, in that we're going to have to start in the innermost and try to combine what we can. So I'm not really going to touch the left, at minus b. In the right, I'm going to distribute that negative b through to those two terms, the 1 and the negative 2t, keeping in mind that there's a negative on the b, so that also needs to carry. Proper rules apply. So we'll go back and we'll have c minus b, and then it'll be plus 2 with a bt. None of those can combine. Even though two terms have b's, they don't look exactly the same, so they're not like terms. So we're going to take that 3 on the outside and distribute it to all 3 terms inside there. What that will look like is 3c minus 3b plus 6bt, and the left side is still at minus b. Again, keep in mind that the idea is we solve for t, and currently there are 2 terms that have t in them, so I'm going to put them on the same side. So I'm going to subtract the 6bt to the left, and at the same time I'm going to go ahead and add this b over to the right because it doesn't have a t in it. It doesn't need to be on the left hand side, plus I can combine it with a different term. So what we'll have cleaned up will be an at minus a 6bt equals 3c minus 2b. So we have a negative 3b, we added 1b, it gives us negative 2 on the b. So now on the left hand side, we're going to take and factor out that t that was in common. So I'll try to come over here up on the side and continue. So we'll have a t times the quantity of a minus 6b, and that's going to equal 3c minus 2b. And then if we divide both sides by the a minus 6b, divide by a minus 6b, we come up with the fact that t equals 3c minus 2b all over a minus 6b. And at this point, we are done. You can't do any cancellations. There's 4 separate terms, subtractions involved within the fraction quantities. Yes, there are b's, but not every term has a b, so you can't split them apart, cancel things. 2 over 6, you can't do anything with that. Again, anytime quantities are added or subtracted in numerators or denominators, unless that quantity is exactly the same, you cannot cancel and simplify any further. So at that answer, t is equal to 3c minus 2b, all divided by the quantity of a minus 6b.